Living for over 30 years in the southern U.S., in Atlanta, Georgia, comfortable in a quaint and quiet suburban neighborhood, Bob and Elaine never expected to wake up to the sight of their American flag proudly flying from their mailbox, burned in the dark of night.
Well, I've been keeping a flag on my mailbox for a long time, and several times I would find that it was down or the stick was broken. But this morning, about a week ago, I looked out and I couldn't see the flag. And I thought, my goodness, what's happening? So I went out and found this stick all burned, and everything just, no flag on it.
Well, when I look up and down the street, I don't see anyone else that has a flag on their mailbox. Why do you put one on yours?
Well, we're just that kind of patriot. We love the flag, and I guess when 9/11 came along, we decided to put up a big flag, and then eventually I had some of these flags, and I thought, oh, I would like to have a flag on my mailbox, just because we love our flag and our country.
Who do you suspect did this?
I think my wife of 57 years here said it all, and we have 25 grandchildren. I've been a teacher in the public schools for many, many years. And first of all, I try not to paint with a wide brush, so we love our neighborhood, and I don't think any of our neighbors did that. But I think that somebody uninformed, or maybe even a hater, has done that, and we don't understand. We're a World War II generation, and we don't understand why anybody would hate our flag, and yet we know that in our country today there are people even people in high places in our government, who seem to care more about our enemies than our friends around the world. And we just don't understand. We think of the Vietnam years when they spit in our soldiers' faces when they came back. And we love our country. We're thankful that our founding fathers said it was self-evident that we have a creator. And yet in our schools, and I can say this because I'm a former public school teacher, in our schools, it's pretty common for people to say we just don't want to have God in our schools. We got the ACLU and other bad organizations who seem to want to ignore God So I think the haters are the ones who hate our country, and we don't understand why.
Let's say you were to catch the person in the act that vandalized your flag, and you had a chance to talk with them, or you were to see them out there doing it. What would you do?
Well, I would be a little startled, but I would run right out to sort of prevent things from getting worse. And I wish, and I would hope that I would have an opportunity to talk to him, because I do feel sorry for a lot of the young people and even older people who have been so brainwashed with how terrible our country is and how bad they were to the Indians and so forth, so that there's nothing instilled in our school children that makes them patriotic. I know when I grew up, I thought America was wonderful, and I really thank God for it. And my father always managed to get us to all the celebrations, so that we had a great respect and patriotism for our country. To this day, when I hear the Star Spangled Banner or God Bless America, it just brings tears to my eyes, because we have so much that another country doesn't have, and I would hope somehow to be able to impart some of that if I could. I guess I don't feel like reporting someone like that, but if it's continuing, I suppose we need to.
I guess I would think about some of my experiences in public school teaching, especially with other teachers, sometimes with students, and I think they're underinformed a lot of times. I don't want to paint with a wide brush here, but misinformed, and I think there are too many people that just depend on the media, which is hardly neutral in the way they report the news. In most cases, there's some good ones. I think I would run out there and say, hey, whoa, I'm not mad at you. Let's talk. I think you're trying to say something when you burn our flag like that. I don't hold it against you. And I want to find out what you're trying to say, and we can talk. I think that's better than doing some deed like burning a flag. I don't know what you mean by that. And you know, if he, which I doubt, if he stayed around and would talk, I'd try to tell him a little bit about the good side of our country, the First Amendment, and what that really means. It's what Congress can do and what Congress can't do, and say that I don't understand why when I was younger, a younger teacher, and when I was a kid in school, we had prayer, read the Bible every day, and saluted the flag, and we honored our troops, and I think we had a better country back then. And I would try to talk about some of those things and try to find out what's on his mind, and see if I could fill in some of the stuff that I'm sure he's missing in our nation's history.